Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Xenonauts 2 Early Access, Milestone 4. As today, the time is finally upon us. We've dragged our feet on this for a while now, but with the dragons in play, it's finally time to slaughter our foes by the Brazilians. Now, sadly, we weren't able to get the Mars platforms in play. Those will have to wait for a future fight, but we were, however, able to line up a dirty dozen of Phoenix's finest. Not all of our A-listers, sadly. I believe Addy is out in sickbay right now. But honestly, given our gear, given our training, this should be sufficient. You know, we've got a couple of newer guys in there, Sad Sam and Nolan Burke in particular. But given that I did previously speculate that because this is an older event, the aliens will be somewhat under-equipped, I think we should be fine. Though, you know, it might be too early to say that for certain. We've never really done one of these before, aside from the cleaner base, but obviously that was a bit of a special case. That was a very early game event. This is more mid. So, you know, we'll play it by ear. We'll go in, sweep room to room, try to keep our composure, and definitely try to prioritize taking that command room, since that obviously will make things much, much easier for us. That said, to those who are about to die, etc., etc. Interesting, okay. Came in on a giant telepad, starting in a room with 3 exits. Slightly different aesthetic, but very familiar layout. Oh, okay. So we've got enclosed corridors between rooms, kind of like airlocks. Interesting. Yeah, over here too. Slightly different length, but generally the same idea. Okay, well let's do this then. We have 12. Let's split into 2 groups of 6. Relatively equal firepower on each side. And we'll push forward and we'll push right. And move on 2 roughly parallel tracks. That way, if one group runs into excessive trouble, the other one can theoretically move to flank. Though again, we'll adapt on the fly depending on changes in circumstance, but I feel like this is a solid start. Yeah, let's get that door. Hold. Heavy wobble. That's servitors. Also, obvious Seb. Alright, guys. Breach forward. Okay, interesting. Larger, more open operation room. Hold. Okay, that was a tank. Wow, so they just have tanks roaming their base, smashing things up. I question that decision, but, you know, whatever works, I guess. Certainly gives me pause. Room on right seems clear. And only a single exit, so we'll push up to the next door. Honestly, that other room is going to be much more trouble because it has multiple small exits. So what we may do is push Team B around and then maybe hit it from two sides. Peek. Oh, yep, here we go. We've got a servitor. Please, one shot. Oh, okay. Not a one shot, but very, very close. I was dreading a return fire, but RNG was kind. And yeah, we'll just have A-Team hold. Burke's Brawlers. It is a miracle they keep these facilities functional. There's a plot twist for you. Maybe that's why it's taking them so long to conquer our world. Because they keep smashing all their own stuff. That said, we do need to be very careful now because we now know we're stuck in close quarters with enemies who explode on death. Not to mention the servitor's rapid-fire machine gun, or the potential that some of these guys might be carrying grenades. Peek on right. Ugh. Another one of these. So, connecting door. We saw a Seb there earlier. Door on far side, can't really see through. Oh, you know, this might be like an elevator shaft or teleportal. Yeah. Smaller doors on the sides, but appears to be open on the far side. At least, judging from the weird little railings. Let's hold for another round or two. See what happens. It would be nice if we could thin them out a little before we risk another push. Sounds like multiple servitors, at least 3. Multiple cyber discs as well, likely 2. All right, let's get a quick peek in this oval room. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's like an alien bunk room. Open on one side, headed straight for the elevator. Interesting. So everything seems to point towards this. But I can't imagine they'd have the command room, just one room off the entry. Hold. Tank. Servitors. Peek. All right, we'll have to take the risk. Let's push up. Door on right. And no door in back, so just left and right, plus the bunk room, which already seemed clear. So yeah, let's You know what? Let's get a better look at the elevator room. Oh, and there we go. Servitor 2, right around the corner. Let's go ahead and trim that before it gets any closer. It is currently facing away from us, so hopefully we can one-shot it. And there's our Seb. Or at least a Seb. Not necessarily the same one we glimpsed earlier. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. And I guess we're committed. Drop the Seb. Wraith. Hopefully this door still works. Nice, nice. Would have been nicer if we'd also suppressed the Wraith, but we'll take it. Go for kill. Shoot. Bowman? Too far. Nolan? Nice. And someone get that door. Okay, we can work with that. Our biggest risk now being this room. Which is indeed an elevator. Or the teleporter equivalent of it. Let's get a quick peek. Oh, interesting. Leads to a small, self-contained operating room with no other exits. Okay. Not quite what I was expecting, but at least we know it's safe. Which actually leaves us pretty secure. No threats coming from teleporter, no way the Wraith can move, open door, and fire. Main unknown is just this door on right. So let's get some of Punny's Punishers on it. We do have these blind spots in center, but I think we're good. Breach. Okay, self-contained storage room. With more alloys of convenience. Yeah, that stacks up. But you know what? We might have some action in the room behind us. Oh my, and we definitely have action in the rooms ahead of us. In fact, that room back there looks an awful lot like a command room of some sort. Let's bring the Punishers around. We'll have them group on South Door. Cover the Brawlers' backs. And we'll have the brawlers hold steady for the moment. Take some pot shots at these poltergeists. Whoop. Didn't mean for you to go the long way, but I guess that works. Nice tag. Lock down. Bring the Punishers around. They won't all get there this round, but they'll be set up for next. That'll give the Brawlers more time to thin the approach to the command room, assuming that is what we're seeing over there. And yes, thankfully, tanks aside, it does seem like these guys are using slightly older tech. We're seeing frailer foes still rocking standard plasma. Hold. All right. Trim right 3. Target out. And let's get a peek back here. Okay, yes, someone is definitely moving around behind us. Let's get the rest of the Punishers in place. Then we'll do some light probing. See, it's the tanks that are really making me nervous here. They're what's kind of slowing us down. I keep expecting to run into them every time we poke our head around a new corner or pop open a new door. And it is making me much more cautious than I might otherwise be. That said, we are doing okay, so... Hold. Tank. Servitor. And peek. Entry room clear. And yes, there we go. Cyberdisk spotted. And door has been smashed. Fall back. Hopefully we can kite it in now that it's actively spotted us. Seb. Easy kill. Seb out. Lost a reactor, but that's fine. We're all a little on edge. Can't be blamed for some overreacting. Tank on the move, hopefully closer. I keep wanting to call them Telosian tanks, but that is definitely not what they are. They do look similar, though. Honestly, it's kind of bonkers that that's what's springing to the forefront of my mind. I haven't played Knights of the Old Republic in years. Not since Disney struck down the expanded universe, which really kind of dampened my enthusiasm for the Star Wars setting as a whole. Just something about our current situation that I guess hits the right memory chords, you know? Oh, okay. Go for cap. Mantid, just off left. Target capped. Push up. Oh, you know what it is? It's because Star Wars Outlaws is just coming out, which in turn has pushed news about the KOTOR remake they announced a few years ago back into my feeds. Yeah, that makes sense. I do get random Star Wars news since I've been trying to dig up more info on that Star Wars XCOM like that Bit Reactor's supposedly been working on, but we have gotten very little in the way of solid info on that, aside from just knowing that it's still in the works and that it has former XCOM devs working on it. Really hoping that doesn't just turn out to be like a trashy mobile game or something. And no sign of the tank. Alright, well, we'll camp on this corner, push up next round. I mean, it's risky, but we've got to make some headway here. That is weird, though. I mean, it definitely saw us, so why wouldn't it come after us? Unless, do enemies just wander randomly whenever they don't have direct line of sight? If so, that is disappointing. Also, when in the world are we going to get XCOM 3? I mean, I know odds are slimmer now that Jake Solomon has left for Axis, but they can't just leave it off on Chimera Squad. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was an entertaining interlude, but it definitely did not make a satisfying end cap to the series. Still have that Servitor in the mix, too. Okay, push up. Prepare for punishment. Might be in that little alcove. First door's open, second door's closed. Oh, scratch that. Second door is open, and there's our tank. Fall back. You know what? Let's have Burke's Brawlers push command. Obviously a bit of a risk. We've got a lot of unsecured doorways here, but I just really want to get those tanks out of play. If we can ping enemy locations, that'll make our tank hunting a whole lot easier. Storage room. Okay, good. And clear. Hold. We'll have the rest of the breakers hold too. Yeah, I mean, we've got at least 2 tanks and a servitor floating around here somewhere. Oh, hi there. Wow. Okay. Okay, it finally took the bait. Thank goodness for that. Let's knock it out the box, Luke. Knock it out. Yeah, see, that says it trimmed no armor, but then when we hit it with another one, top popped. Oof. Lucked out there. Just waiting for that reaction shot. Target out. Though at least one more in circulation, plus Servitor, plus whatever's in the command room. Also, kind of fun to see the, like, packed dirt terrain behind the walls. That's a fun detail. Alright, let's push command. Yeah, I mean, that's gotta be command. Not necessarily this room, but the room above or below it, wherever those lifts go. We'll set up on pads next round. Breach the round after. Set on pads. Yeah, no other obvious exits, so room's pretty secure. We'll set along the railing, keep Burke as the most prominently presented target, just in case they push before we do. And let's start filling out this room. Hi, Kaiser. What's up, baby? I am very busy right now. But I guess you can sit there. As long as you're not blocking the entire screen. Don't suppose that door still works? No, of course it doesn't. Man, they really went ham on this place. Though, I mean, that is a fair bit of salvage we don't get. I'd almost say it was clever if it felt intentional and not just random. It is classic military strategy to try to deprive the enemy of potential spoils. Hold. Okay, so we definitely do have a tank left. Be very wary, my friends. And breach. Yes, that is definitely command room. Also, there's our servitor. Oof, and 2 wraiths. Thankfully, almost all looking the other way. With the sole exception of the Seb on center. Servitor's got to be our primary. You know what? Let's get a flashbang in there before we potentially provoke. Lock these guys down. Oh. Well, that's not great. Okay. Yeah, that's actually really bad. Let's do some high-risk damage control. Servitor first. Oh. Right. Ow. Ow. Fuck you, I'm out. Whew, okay, we're good. I mean, we're not good, but we're better now. Flashbang. Room locked down. Can we trim the edges? Actually, let's lay down smoke first. Cover our unfortunate allies. Offset one space, don't stun our own. Gotta give them breathing room. Fall back. And Sam pops a quick shot, but he's not going to do any serious damage. We're really relying on the RNG here. Need to make sure we can get clear. Alright, that's fine. Good luck, Rook. Meanwhile, back with Punny's Punishers. Hang it. Empty room. Okay, weird. Storage alcove. Oh, there's a teleporter in there. Yeah, kind of hard to make out with the angle. It does feel a bit weird. They didn't interconnect the upper story rooms. They're just like weird little second story islands. Nice. So that implies our second tank is over here? Though, no, I mean, this is all easily damage that first tank could have inflicted before we shut it down. Nice. Okay. Initial disaster aside, I think we might actually have this handled. I mean, Zarmal is a little worse for wear, but it could certainly be worse. Alright. Let's clear the Sebs. Flashbang first. Just a precaution. In theory, they all had half AP banked. Quick pass from Zarmal. Ugh. Alright, come on guys. We gotta land some hits here. You know what? We'll take it. Officer out. Zarmal patched. Yeah, still not in great shape here, but we'll see how this treats us. Meanwhile, Servitor in sight, but pretty far out, so should be a relatively safe kill. Yeah, okay, we'll take that. I mean, sucks to be stuck out in the hall, but we could certainly be in worse positions. Breach. Oh, shoot. Wow, we actually have someone up here. Glad I checked. Go for cap. Should be an easy grab. Though I am concerned about that other teleporter. Oh, it goes down there. Okay. Fair enough. Servitor clear. Grab the Mantid as demanded. One more should do it. Target capped. And room secure. Oh, okay. Okay, grenades officially in play. Noted. Noted. Clear the room. Let's not risk provoking. We'll hit them from the other side. Clear Wraith. Actually, maybe we should go for Seb first. Point blank blast should do the trick. All in. Target out. Fall back. Blocks that pad, but that's fine. I think we've got this handled. Nice, nice. Which just leaves the one. Okay, well, gosh darn. You know, I'm gonna say Kaiser blocked my line of sight on that. Yeah, that's it. What are you looking at me like that for? Yes, you are blocking the bottom quarter of the screen. The fact that I didn't even think to check my ammo before I went up there is an entirely separate issue. Hey, there we go. See, everything's fine. Even got a free cap out of it. Well, maybe not free, we did pay in blood. Oh, and look at that. Oh my, we still have 2 Talosian tank droids. Wow, those guys are actually coming in on both sides. Thank goodness we capped that command center when we did. This could have gotten nasty quick. Yeah, capping that command center will make this a whole lot easier. In fact, you know what? I see no reason not to play a rousing game of musical teleporters. Hold. Alright, so let's start bringing Burke's Brawlers around to reinforce. We'll keep our injured here, though, so that's Rook and Zarmal. They'll hold the command center while the rest of the raiders converge. I actually really like this conceptually, like from a cinematic standpoint. Leaving a couple of soldiers back to monitor the alien cameras. Remotely coordinating the rest of our crew. It really adds to the immersion. Also, you know, as with many things in this game, while this particular run did go ever so slightly awry, it's a valuable learning experience for future base raids. Oh wow, this one's right on top of us. We'll have Punny hold. Wait for it to get a little closer. Assuming it does, I mean, it has no direct line of sight, so there's every chance in the world it could just wander off. Guess we'll see. Punny gets to be bait. Okay, so that one clearly knew where we were. It beelined right for her. Let's very carefully take this thing out. Just need to make sure everyone's at a safe distance when it goes. Shoot. Okay. Maintain distance. That'll do. Tank 2 out. And it turns out telepads are impervious. That's good to know. So now we just have 2 threats left. Tank number 3 and Wraith? Where did they go? Oh, shoot. Did the command thing already wear off? That's... Well, that does make things slightly more problematic, but we should be fine. We've got a general idea of where they are. Bye, Kaiser. Oh. Huh. They're back. Oh, weird. Is it because... Okay. Hold on. Do we explicitly need someone on that command console? Which we already are, but... Okay. We just have to move someone in the command room. And if they're uncontested, it reveals enemy locations. Gotcha. Slightly awkward, but fair enough. At least we now have a greater understanding of exactly how that works. Which also gives us a much better idea of how to plan our approach. Let's wrap this up. And then this guy, that's an easy one. Let's go ahead and knock him out. Target out. And cyber disk ejecting. Okay, Burke's Brawlers. Do your thing. Oh no, 0 damage. What will we do? Oh, never mind. Oh, Tanks. But no tanks. Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you. Honestly, these guys walking all over my one-liners. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. I mean, obviously we had a borderline near disaster in the command room, but all in all, everyone pulled through. And hey, look at that. Injuries aside, we've got medals aplenty. Distinguished service on Zarmal and Amartya. Plus a Crux Solaris. Well deserved. Not to mention, of course, our assorted awards for valor. Yeah, and then some unfortunate plasma burns on Rook, but it is good to know, though, that we finally got those plasma grenades in play, which are different from the fusion grenades we previously captured. Gotta say, though, aside from that, the rest of these rewards feel pretty tame, relatively speaking. Oh, but here we go. New research. Nano fabrication. Yet another project for the queue. Unless that's another way to unlock nano workshops. Which, no, that wouldn't make sense. We got that from the cleaner base. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, so that lets you do workshop projects to craft alloys and alenium. That is definitely new. Alright, well, you know, that did drag a bit at times, but overall I feel like it was very interesting. We encountered a number of new things, learned a lot about our future base raids, and most importantly, got through it with a few critical injuries, but no outright KIAs. Oh, and how are we doing on panic? Okay. I mean, still higher than I'd like, but I think we trimmed off like 20. So now things are only really out of hand in Asia. If we could find a base out there, then hopefully we could get that under control too. Though with our luck, it's in one of these areas that we don't currently have coverage on, which I suppose does really imply we should start ramping up that coverage radius. You can build up to 3 radars per base. Though it is a fairly hefty investment. Anyway, yes, this feels like a good place to call it. We'll hit the pause button for now, we'll get Phoenix reset, sell off our excess loot, and possibly plot out some new projects. You know, it's funny, we do still have those frightening new fusion weapons to contend with, but I feel a lot less anxious now that we've peeled back the veil of the unknown on yet another alien threat. Anyway, see you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the Patreon, the PayPal, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.